a basic braid for anybody that is unsure of how to do a braid. So you want to get a section of hair. I'm just going to show you on this side a little bit for the time being. Split into 3. And then your outer piece goes over the middle and becomes your new middle piece, and then your left piece comes over the middle and becomes the new middle piece, and you just repeat that pattern. So your right side comes over, becomes the new middle, left side comes over to the new middle, and keep going over, 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 over. So that's, you can see that's your basic braid. Quite straightforward to do. That's an easy one. So then you start basically adding variations to this braid. So the first one, the one that I personally find easiest, is called a Dutch braid, which is where the plait sort of stands out on the outside of the hair, so it stands up and away from the hair. So I'm just going to do it down this side and sort of show you. So this is quite nice to do like across your fringe, or if you want to do like 2 braids down the back of your head. It's quite nice to do that. So if you just get a comb, you can see that alright, just lift it up a little bit, and you're going to take the same 3 sections as you would for a normal braid. So you've got 1, 2 and 3. Let's see if we can turn around a bit. And instead of going over and into the middle, you're going to go underneath the middle strand. So this right strand comes underneath the middle one and then becomes the middle strand, and then your left strand comes underneath and that becomes your new middle strand. So what you're going to do as you go down, once you've done that first braid, that first knot, you're going to add a little bit more hair to that right hand side and then cross it underneath again into the middle. I'll show you from this side, you'll be able to see a little bit better. So this is your left strand. You're going to add in a section of hair like that, add it to that strand, pull it tight, and then put that underneath your middle one, so that becomes your new middle one. Hi Annie! So we're just doing a few braiding basics. So then again, you go into your right strand, take a section of hair, add it to it, pull it in and make that your middle underneath. Take a section on your left strand, add it in, pull it to the middle, underneath, so that becomes your new middle strand. So you keep doing that, adding hair, bringing it under, adding hair, bringing it under, adding hair, bringing it under. And you never add hair to the middle strand, you always add it to the outside strands and then bring them under, so that middle, whichever strand's in the middle, doesn't get hair added to it. So you'll start to see the plait forming. Just do a little bit more. And you can do these as big or as small as you want to do them, but keep them nice and tight to the scalp. And you can do them just across your fringe, or you can take them all the way down. Okay, so then when you get to where you've run out of scalp, you can just carry on going underneath, 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 and not adding hair if you want to. So then you'll end up with like a loose plait. And what I like to do after I've done one of these, you can either leave it as it is and leave it quite tight to the scalp, or you can go in and gently tease the hair and pull it, and it'll make your braid look bigger and more voluminous. As you get better at doing this, at doing the braid, you'll be able to start pulling as you go along rather than wait until the end to do it, and that'll give you a nicer effect. But if you just go in and gently, you don't have to pull too hard so it pulls it out, but just go in and gently pull out the hairs. And it gives it a really nice full effect. It looks a lot nicer than if it's just tight. Another thing you can do, if you've plaited all the way down, just take it down a bit further. Just quite nice for little girls' hair, if you're wanting ideas. Just pull out one side of the braid, so leave that side tight and just pull out the upper side, and then spin it round, and it almost makes like a flower. I'll just show you. So you'd use a grip to secure it, and it makes like a flower on the side of your head, which looks really pretty. So that's just a little variation that you can give a try. So that's a Dutch braid. So that is a French braid, which more people will be familiar with. Yeah, I'm alright, thank you. Enjoying the sunshine. So you're going to take your first section again. Oh, my head won't stay still. I've tried to blue tack it at the table. I've lost my clamp for her that holds her to the table. But we'll try his best. So we're going to take, there's 3 sections again, and like on a classic braid, you're just going to be, hi Mia, you're going to go over hi Nim. So like we did when I just showed you the first braid, there's the basic braid. A French braid, you're going to do exactly the same. So instead of going under like we've just done for a Dutch braid, we're going to go over. So over the middle strand, and then over the middle strand. And you're going to do the same as a Dutch braid, so adding in here on each time, each pass. So you add some to the right, and then you're going to take it over that middle strand. My head won't stay still, sorry. If I can get it to stay still. Just neaten it up. And then you're going to take some to the left and cross it over the middle strand. So we're getting some from the right to add to that strand. And again, you can do this through your fringe, down the back of your hair, in pigtails. You can do quite a lot with plaits. You're going to go over that middle strand, and just as you cross it over, just neaten it up and make sure it's all in order, otherwise you're going to end up with a messy plait. So add a bit more to that right strand and put that over the middle strand again. Okay, so that becomes your new left strand, sorry, not right. And then the one you've just crossed over becomes your new middle strand. And you're going to do the same again, add some to the right, cross it over the middle, neaten it up. Just going to add a bit more to that so I can show you better. Personally, I think if you're learning to braid, this is harder than doing a Dutch braid. I think Dutch braids are a lot easier to do than the French braids, but French braids do look really pretty. So I'm just adding in again to the right hand side, crossing it over that middle, neatening out the hair as you go. Adding into the left, and it's important, only add hair like where you're working, so don't add hair from right down here to bring up, only add it at sort of the height that you're working at, otherwise it's going to end up coming away from your head. So pull that across, add it in, and then again taking it from the other side, pulling it over your middle strand, She's moving all over the place. She's not being a very good model. Again, add from the left side, add it to your left strand. Cross it over that middle strand. Add to the right. Cross it over. And just work like that all the way down as far as you want to go. And then you can either carry on until you've got no hair, or if you don't want to do it all the way to the bottom of your scalp, just braid it off like you would a normal braid. And again, you can go in and bag it out a little bit. It's a bit harder to do to bag out a French braid because you've not got the same definition as you get with the Dutch braid, so you sort of can pull it out and mess it up a little bit, but I find that they look a little bit better as neater braids for this one. Ellie and Noah shouting. So I'll bring it round to the side again so you can see. So just brushing it round.
What are you doing?
Just doing a video. You saying hello?